everyone.
Hey,
Welcome
everybody.
back to day 2 of Adobe Live with your 2 hosts. I am Jess Moon and
I'm Talin Wadsworth.
Oh my God, how do I transmit the studio?
This way.
This way. No, wait, I think you're here. I don't even know.
There, she's up there.
Awesome day 2. I'm so hyped and absolutely excited to talk about all the things XD. We just had a recent update that's been absolutely fantastic and something we're so proud of, showing off some of the greatest features we have there. And if you tuned in yesterday, you'll know that we also mixed in a bit of our other passion, which is this lovely little game called Animal Crossing. And we talked about feral pigeons, but yes.
Hey, we keep it wide ranging. And we keep it out there when we stream together. So
yeah. So if you're in the chat, say hello. Hi, Jack. Hi,
what's
Wade.
up, chat?
Hello, Chloe.
Chloe,
hello,
what's
everyone.
up? Wade.
And yeah, hi.
Steve coming in from New Zealand. Wow,
New Zealand.
That's exciting.
Is it? What time is it there? Wow,
it's got to be really early there.
Yeah, our team is all over the place. So I'm always looking at 4 different time zone conversions. What time is it? Good afternoon, good evening, good night. All of the things. Hi, Jess. Love your name, Jess. It's a great name.
Good one.
Yep. Awesome. So as you all are streaming in, please say hello. We're so glad to have you all today. So just as a preview for what's to come beyond our stream, after you get all the things XD and Animal Crossing, we do have the Daily Creative Challenge, the XD Daily Creative Challenge with Howard, our lovely Howard Pinsky, who is also an Animal Crossing
Howard.
fan. Yes. And after that, we have a doodle therapy with Alice Lee. So make sure you stay tuned for their streams as well after our show.
Hey, Munir. Oh, Steve got us back to us. It's 7 a.m. in New Zealand. Good to know.
Steve,
good morning.
That is awesome. That I can't do 7 as Talin does. I mean, I can, but it's not great.
Yeah. I sometimes force her to get up, and with my texts, my early morning texts, because I'm already up because my kids are up very early.
Yeah.
So,
it's 12 here for us, so yeah.
Munir, how are you? Good to see you again.
Yeah.
We're super excited to be back streaming with you all. This
Absolutely.
I miss this, so
it's
I do this
lovely.
all the time.
And Talin, speaking of what we're doing all the time, let's talk about what we did yesterday and what we're doing today.
We had so much fun in XD. Again, bringing together our 2 passions right now. Well, at least 2 of them. Jess and I share many passions, but of course our 2 main ones right now are XD and all the amazing things that we just launched with the latest release of XD, and Animal Crossing. So we decided to bring those things together, and we are designing an Animal Crossing neighbor finder app. So this is a way for you to connect with your friends and your neighbors while you're not on your island, on your Switch, and a way to find more people who share the same passion or tastes in neighbors and animal neighbors, which is very important. So we started by basically like this was a collaborative session really yesterday. We just sort of like put this out there as like a thing we wanted to make, and we took a bunch of suggestions from the chat. And then using some of the great features in XD, we started to design and prototype the AC Neighbor Finder app.
And so we got to see some pretty cool new stuff, including 2 new features that you can use in XD today. First is something we're calling stacks, which Talin will demonstrate. And then the other thing is scroll groups is another big one that you'll see in this app. Alongside that, we have other stuff in our release, so check it out. Shareable links that have the ability to go between public and private now. If you are looking for Italian or Russian support, we've got that, as well as design token support.
Tokens, all right. So here we have I have this nice little inventory, right? And wouldn't it be nice to be able to sort of swap these around in
sure would.
Right, in XD today, or in any design tool really, that you have to, it's very manual, right? You're sort of nudging one or moving one and then moving the other. But now here in the layout section of the property inspector, I have a new option over here with some of my responsive layout controls, the new one being stacks. And now what I can do, this one is a horizontal stack. Now I can pick up these rows here inside of my little inventory
Magic.
and just swap them around very seamlessly like this. And I want these ones over here, or maybe you want to look, I've lined all the fruit up. Awesome. I've also do I have stacks on yes, I also have stacks on each of the columns. So I can also swap between those. So I can swap the turnip and the DIY card here. So that's super exciting, super handy. Again, lots of possibilities here. We're going to be using that more today, trying some kind of more unconventional layouts, kind of seeing what the results are. So that was kind of the big one we're really excited about. The other one, of course, is scrollable groups. And here what I've got is basically any group can have now a scrolling behavior applied to it.
Why is
I know.
like
I know. Look at him. Look at him.
It's very distracting, Talin.
See, that was all to plan. All to plan. As we talked a lot about yesterday, of course, with all the different neighbors. Rolled was the one that was a little disturbing. His eyes follow you wherever you go, so he'll be following along with us today. But now, again, this is such a cool feature because, again, before you could only do scrolling on artboards, which was really handy if you were doing, web layouts or kind of the big scrolling pages. We've seen people do amazing stuff with scrolling, interactive memes, one of my favorites. But here now you can take any group, any multi-selection, and you can automatically add it turn it into a scrollable field. So here I have a list of neighbors here on my island, and I can just now through some new options up here in the property inspector, I can make this a horizontal scroll. I can make it a vertical scroll, or I can make it a horizontal and vertical scroll. Amazing. And this is such a great UI, basically such a great experience. I just click it on, just toggle it on. Yep. And now I have the controls that I would expect to see on scrolling on the artboards now available on this group. And so now I'm creating essentially the little mass scrollable area for this group, and I can control it and sort of, put it, kind of customize it wherever I want. And then when I go to now preview that, you can see I've already now have the built-in interaction to scroll.
So easy.
So easy.
And it's so useful. I mean, the recent updates, and I know a lot of people have probably watched the Apple convention and all those things, but, this interaction of being able to go between rows, galleries, applets and such, you name it. This is just definitely something that's becoming more and more ingrained with experiences. And so it's really awesome to see it here. And you've done some snazzy other versions that are not necessarily normal use cases for this.
We had a good time. So we started yesterday again. We got some suggestions, and we kind of took this design kind of wherever we wanted it to go. Just whenever it inspired us. And I think the first thing we had a lot of fun with yesterday was, one of the key things you can sort of tell about a person who plays Animal Crossing is the neighbors that they're trying to attract to their island, or they're trying to collect.
Yep.
And so we thought, well, what's the best way to start an experience of like trying to connect you with like-minded friends, in the Animal Crossing world, was for you to choose what neighbor are you? What neighbor are you like? What neighbor is most kind of like your soul, your soul animal, as it were.
Soul spirit animal.
Spirit animal. That's what I was going for. Spirit animal. Spirit animal.
Soul animal.
I was like, I just couldn't put it together. So what we did was we made this little fun little screen, and here I have some neighbors here on the little texture I made actually using XD. I have a little repeat grid texture going on behind here. So cool. I made this cool terraforming texture. And so now what we did on top of it is we have this group, and you can see I have it as a horizontal and vertical scroll. All right. So I put it there on my iPhone screen.
Your favorite.
My favorite. So, and then here we go. Yeah, my favorite. No, he's a little intriguingly off screen a little. We won't give that, but what I have now is I can now scroll around and find my spirit,
your true spirit, and soul animal.
Soul animal. So good. And also we had a lot of fun with components and states.
Yes.
Where now I can actually click on each of the neighbors as I scroll around, and I can actually see their catchphrase.
Yes.
There's Rolled following us around. There's Poppy, and of course,
Love
my
it.
boy,
Pietro.
Oh yeah, Pietro.
If you haven't tuned in yesterday, Pietro is Talon's obsession right now.
I don't
If you
know.
ask-
If anyone tuning in, again, for those of you who are Animal Crossing nuts, if you have Pietro in boxes, let me know.
Oh my goodness. He has been looking for Pietro for a while.
I have been. So yeah, we've been having a lot of fun. We did that, and we also we also had a screen again, kind of confirm that, like, yes, you have chosen correctly. And I actually spent a little time yesterday.
Cleaning it up.
Yeah, kind of cleaning it up a little bit, making it a little more, a little more polished. I also had the little banner.
Wow, look at him. He has a different perspective. He looks quite jolly. You can't see the tear as much from that perspective.
We had a lot of fun looking up all the different neighbors and seeing all the different personalities and catchphrases and stuff like that. And so, nice. Today, of course, the main goal of this of this app is to help you connect with your friends, right?
Yes,
be able to connect with them. So today, I think we're gonna keep expanding here. We've got a lot of really fun ideas to kind of expand on and utilize some of the great new features in XD. So yeah, that's where we're at today.
Awesome. And if you are tuned in and you are interested in also following along, maybe making your own little app, we do want everyone who wants to try out our daily creative challenge. So in about an hour and a half-ish or so, we're going to be reviewing some of the submissions that is in the XD Discord. So definitely, if you are creating things and you've been doing the daily creative challenges, submit your challenge in the channel called Current Challenge. I will be popping over in there in about an hour-ish, and we'll be looking at a couple of those submissions, giving some live critique, some feedback. It's a great time for us to also see a lot of the great things you've been doing with our latest features. So let's take a look at that stuff. And there it is, the XD Discord. So excellent.
That's really why, again, I think Jess and I love our jobs, is we get to see the amazing work that you all are creating with XD, and that's really why we do what we do. So yesterday we had a very special guest join us. Well, we've had many special guests. All of you special guests join us.
I see her. I see Lisa.
But we saw her, Lisa. So we have on the Adobe Slack group, we have an Animal Crossing channel.
We do.
And lots of exciting stuff happens
We're quite
there.
Lots
of people. And yesterday, Lisa Watkins, who actually Jess and I had never worked with before, which is again a great way for us to connect across Adobe, through our love of Animal Crossing. And she actually gave us a ton of great ideas in the chat. And I ended up kind of like hitting her up earlier today and got a bunch of her info, including
she's there.
And here she is
in our app.
Yes. And so we thought we would be a great place to start is actually like using Lisa as the first friend that we're going to make inside of our AC Neighbor app. So I'm super excited. And actually, she just promised to get me Pietro, which I saw. I'm very excited about that. So we had a lot of great fun. Again, we were talking about the neighbors we have. Again, that's really important for you to kind of collect that content. So you make sure you're designing to real content, sort of making it up. And so this is sort of a great example where, Lisa was so kindly was able to provide me with her passport photo from her character inside of Animal Crossing.
How about them apples? Oh,
I love it.
And she has an apple island.
She
is my goodness.
An apple island. The
Brilliant.
Island name Dim Apples. Art School Ghost. I love that.
I love it.
And of course, she's quite the fashionista, as you can see in game. And you can see it actually really makes sense. Like the neighbors that she attracted to her island that she's collected. Just really pushing the edge when it comes to fashion with this crew. Yeah. So I'm really excited to use Lisa as our first friend we're gonna make.
I love her outfit. She's got what's going on there? She has a gas.
she has a mask on, of course. COVID, very important. Here she is standing by the gas tank. You're ready to fuel up because I assume she's going to space. I can only assume
that's
that
amazing. And she has a fancy hat on top. This is amazing.
That's an
I love
awesome
her
hat,
outfit.
awesome hats, and of course the 3D, the retro 3D glasses.
Oh
Amazing,
man.
amazing.
Whenever I see those retro 3D glasses, I just always think of Doctor Who, by the way. It's just a sand.
Yeah, no, that's that.
Anyway, if there are Doctor
Definitely.
Who, if Whovians out there, I'd love to know.
We'll save the Doctor Who app for another live stream.
There's no live stream.
So lots of great stuff for us to work with here today. So we probably want to, again, I've sort of laid in a couple pieces here. Again, we got Lisa here looking very wide-eyed in her passport photo.
Why?
and we're gonna start building out her profile page, right?
Okay.
So I think that's probably a good place for us to start today. And like I said, along the way, we're going to be utilizing stacks. We're going to be using scrollable groups. So like I said, if we're ready,
let's do it.
Let's just do it. Yeah.
And this is a collaborative session, everyone. So if you have suggestions, critiques, ideas, please throw them our way. As you can see, we've already literally integrated someone from the chat into our prototype. So obviously love to hear the feedback.
That's how we roll. It's how we roll. So we probably need, we want to figure out, how do we get to Lisa first? I'm going to kind of maybe lay that in here because, again, we wanted to, I'm going to find Lisa in the app via my love and devotion for Pietro.
Right. So you said you went to this app and you found your favorite neighbor and your soul animal. And then you were like, Pietro's the one. And so, if you look at the profile of Pietro, he's got some things. He's a sheep. He's smug. He says honk honk. He's flashy. That flashiness kind of reminds me of the fashionista. So you click, yep, that's the one. And so I guess the next screen is a awesome, here are some people that you might like or something.
Yes. So we're gonna need like a little we're gonna need some friend suggestions here.
Excellent.
So I'm gonna do,
because I think that Anka and Pietro are kind of similar,
I think so.
They're a little flashy, they look cool. I don't know if Anka's smug, but
but yeah, they're daring, they're really out there, they're fashion forward, just like Lisa in
with those 3D glasses.
Yes, exactly. So we're gonna grab, I've got her little portrait here. Grab this here. Okay, so what I've got is, we're gonna do like a little card here.
I love that it's actually her.
It's so good. It's so good. Okay. And we're going to do maybe her island name. What should we have here? We should definitely have.
Well, so when we were talking about this flow yesterday, we were talking about how it'd be nice to just instantly hit a button, and then that button does magical things, such as sends the friend code, lets you see the stuff. So I don't know. I like what you have on the right. And so
so we just pull that out. Maybe you just grab that right there and just put this over here like this.
Yeah.
And we'll just make a card out of this.
Yeah, I think that's great.
That's a good idea. That's a great idea. I like that.
And I like the title. I do like the title because, I think that some people tend to use that as their kind of name tag, their second name tag, right?
Yes, indeed. Okay, so we're going to do this. I'm going to do this here and do that.
Nice. Lovely. Wait, what? That was way too fast, Talin. What did you just do there?
Okay.
So he's like, all right, we're done.
Ninjing. So here, what I'm going to do is what I did was I wanted to draw some contrast because we've got our background color, it's that nice, soothing off-white color of the Animal Crossing world. And what I just quickly did is I actually took that background and I'm going to drop a multiply on it. And what that does is it just really quickly just kind of gives a little pop to this and kind of separates again like this information from kind of the next set of information.
He just gives a little pop. I'm just gonna
And so you can see I've kind of got that going on, that look and feel going on here with the background on Pietro.
Oh, so that's a
here as well.
multiply.
That's a multiply as well.
I see.
Really handy way for me to get, again, some of those values
Yep.
for that off-white.
Yep.
Right. It was a way, again, just to add a little bit of highlight, a little bit of contrast here. And then, what we can also do is, once I get this kind of set here, we are going to actually group this, move this, and we're going to turn on padding for this set, right? What's really handy about this now that I have padding turned on, is that I can basically, if I go in here and I start to edit and move elements around.
There you go.
Which actually, I don't even think I needed to group that first. Let me go back and let's do that again. I'm going to do this here, padding. And what this does, again, I didn't even have to group anything. It's just automatically recognizing that back shape layer is my background, right?
Yeah.
And then it's measuring the distance between the edges of that shape layer to the objects that are on top of it. So it's giving me these values here. You can see.
I think it's really funny that you're trying to go against your manual instinct of having to set everything. because with padding, right? And a lot of the things that you can group, including with stacks, we just figure out what you made and we put the values up for you. So it's pretty easy.
If I move anything around here, again, what it'll do is actually it will maintain that padding. So if I wanted to try maybe a little bit different arrangement for our card here, right? What I can do is actually, again, this will maintain the padding on my background layer here. Very, very handy.
That one's kind of cute. It kind of feels like a little like driver's license or
like a little
passport thing.
Yeah, a little passport card. I like that.
Yeah. So and if you haven't been looking at the updates too closely, padding was something that we released recently as well. And so stacks is kind of the next sort of iteration of that we've built upon the padding construct. And now it's just about doing that with multiple groups, which I imagine, Talin, you will show because you have one card and then we need to see more.
We need some more cards. We can also go in here. I was going to say what we can also do is actually turn on stacks too. And this is really handy as well, because what we can now only do now is not only have that padding behavior, but we can also now, again, even try even more arrangements by basically now with stacks with horizontal, with the vertical stacks on, I can drag these around and reposition.
Yes, excellent.
Right.
So for those of you who are following along with this newer feature, padding is really a way to establish that spacing in this group that you've created. And then the newest thing that we've just released is called stacks. And stacks is just one level above that, where you can kind of get multiple objects to recognize one another and move them accordingly. So you can swap them up and down, left and right, depending on the flow that you set. And that's what Talin is showing off right here.
I also have padding turned on for this button.
For the button
here, right?
Ah.
Because again, I'm making like a nice little tight arrangement here.
It's nice.
That's looking pretty good.
Yeah, I like it. Why does it just say friend?
It's a good point. I gotta change that.
I personally am a big verb fan. I just like a CTA that has a verb in it. So
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Yeah.
Okay. I like that. I like that. I think it's looking pretty good. And then what we can do from here, of course, one of my favorite all-time features is actually now turn this into a repeat grid.
Look at that.
Right.
I never get tired of repeat grid.
Never.
I feel like since I've been doing these streams years ago, it's still one of my absolute favorite features.
It's so good.
Oh man. So using that padding everywhere, look at that button grow, find a friend. Lisa is now 5 Lisas, which is great.
Yeah, we got a few Lisas.
Yep.
We're also going to add, we're going to show off I mean, scrolling is really just automatic.
Yes.
Again, when it comes to artboards as well. Again, I might have many friend suggestions. I'm hoping, and this is a quick way for me to play that out. And where did that come from? Oh, that was you. Wait, what happened? Oh no.
I don't know. I think I deleted your thing by accident.
Oh,
this is why
okay.
you should never invite me to your files.
All right, undo that.
I'm doing it.
We'll quickly get this back here too. All right, I'm gonna do, and it's so easy, and with even if anything goes wrong in XD, to just get right back to where I was here.
And as a pro tip, I saw you were adjusting your appearance visibility, the appearance level, but you can use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0 to jump 10%, 20%, 30%, 40%, and up opacity levels on any layer. It's like one of my favorite things.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Why?
Actually, I feel like I say that about every single shortcut.
Why? I'm learning new things all the time. I don't know. I'm a terrible shortcut user. Jess was giving me a lot of accolades for using shortcuts yesterday, and just right there, she brought me back to earth by telling me about a shortcut that I don't know how I missed that, but I did.
You know, the only reason why I know that one so well is because I used to do this thing when I was designing in Photoshop, like where I would just go and I would just roll my fingers across 1 through 0 and pretend that I was animating an ease, like a disappear ease. Now with XD, you could just hit a button and then it just does it. But back when, old school, when UX tools weren't really around and you had to kind of fake it to make it, I would just show like something fading into 100% by just like rolling my fingers across 1 through 0. So that's why I know about that shortcut.
That's some flash right there. I like that. I like that a lot. That's a pro move. That's a pro move. I like it.
So we've got Lisa and.
Okay. So, and we're going to go and we're going to just, we don't have everybody's picture, but we're going to go in here and we're going to just.
Yay. I don't know what my slogan is.
What is your slogan?
I don't know. I don't remember. I did the passport once. You know what? I'm just going to make it. I just want it to be my my slogan in Slack. For if you weren't here yesterday, I was sharing the fact that my little Slack status, I know this is not cool. Like you're not supposed to use your Slack status for just like ongoing descriptors, but I picked a little dog because my favorite Animal Crossing neighbor is Walker. And he says he says a really funny things. He says that he snacks hard and that he plays hard and that he was hard. It's like, this dog is my spirit animal. And so I just write woof hard.
Just kidding. That's it. That's it right there.
Snacks hard and woof hard. I love it. That's me.
Awesome. And I also saw my good friend Zilla Rob Zilla in the chat. Oh. Y'all should check out his he's an amazingly talented illustrator. Awesome. I met him at Adobe, I think my first or second Adobe Max. Guy is amazing. Go check out his skills.
Hey, Rob.
What's up?
Awesome.
So again, I always pull from like what's around me, my friends, like people that I really like or really engage with. Like they're all over my designs.
For sure.
Yeah.
I just do like TV shows and books.
That's pretty good too. Yeah. So I do happen to have, these are not going to be accurate.
Look at this lovely library.
Have some handy, neighbors here or people from AC that we can quickly drag in as placeholder. Let's see, go in here.
I love how organized and beautifully clean and named your CC library is.
Okay, I'll take a little bit of that credit here.
Look at him. He's so big.
Yeah, this is a very large asset. I gotta say. So we're gonna do this here.
And just as a reminder, get your daily creative challenges in the Discord. I will be opening the channel shortly in about an hour from now to take a look, and Tal and I will be providing some critiques. We will be very nice, but very harsh.
And then we're gonna do.
Oh my goodness, that almost looks like mine.
It's so close. I know it is close.
Oh my gosh.
That's why I picked it, because I actually was looking for it the other day, or looking for a screenshot of you.
Oh.
And I couldn't find it right away. So
I've taken so many selfies in that.
You did have one of those flowers in your hair the first time I met your character in game. So
what a good memory.
Yeah.
I think I have a sleepy face now, which is very indicative of what happens when I wake up at 7 a.m. Look at these folks. They're so lovely. He's so happy.
I know. I love this one so much.
He's a tree chopper, and he has a tree written on his shirt. That's cute.
It's so good. It's so good. Right, so we need a couple more here.
Yeah. So people are going to, so you found your spirit animal, and then it says, here are some really cool people that are also very likely folks that you would be friends with. And so let me think ahead. So you want to say, okay, Lisa is a rad person, and I would like to add her as my friend. And then from there, as you're making this, what do you think is going to happen next? So we hit this magical button, all of our Nintendo Connection magic happens, and then I
definitely maybe want to go see Lisa's profile, maybe before I add her as a friend, right? Like maybe what I can do is actually tap on Lisa and actually go see more about Lisa. Before
you one of those people where someone adds a LinkedIn friend request and you're like, wait, who are you?
Wait, who's it? Yeah, I'm that person. No, just giving us giving us an excuse here to go over and check out Lisa's profile page. So let's go, and actually I always like to just hop into prototype mode and actually start to wire up some of these interactions and sort of how these things flow here. So what we've got is we've got the PHO screen, and we want to move over now to the friends list. So here I am in prototype mode, and I just drag and drop the wire onto that other screen, and we're just going to do like a left slide here. We'll make it a little bouncy, just kind of whimsical, fun AC stuff. So then if I tap on Lisa. Then I'm gonna go check out Lisa's profile. All right, that'll be good. Let's check that out. Out here.
Yeah.
All right, that's the one. Oh, that was pretty jarring. Let me go back. Whoa, that bounce was a little too fast.
That is what preview window is for. Did you use a shortcut here? Did I just see that, or
did I? No, I don't think so. I don't. I think I just. Oh, it's the bounce. The bounce is a little too much. I'm gonna go with the snap. Let's just hop back.
That's a little too bouncy.
That's pretty nice.
That's nice.
That's pretty nice. That's pretty nice.
Yeah.
So in here, and then we're gonna do same thing. Snap.
I was just talking about this in our internal Slack channel for XD, and one of my other favorite shortcuts of all time is the shortcut to preview window, which is if you're on a Mac Command Return. And this is one that I feel like most people don't use, but I just use it constantly, which is just hitting that preview button instead of just navigating my mouse to the top right and hitting that button. So,
oh my gosh. See, again, you are by
I'm
far
all about the keyboard
shortcut ninja than I am. I got lucky for the things that I was doing yesterday. I knew the keyboard shortcuts. So, all right. So I've got some friends here.
Love it.
Check out Lisa's profile.
Yes.
Awesome. Very nice. Very nice.
Can we make sorry, hovering our Lisa's face bigger in the next page? I know we haven't gotten there, but I really just want to see. Or actually, don't you have a cute picture of her, huh?
I do. That's what we need to do is we need to actually
her COVID mask. Yep. Yes. That's so adorable. I love it. I can't believe she's in a spacesuit there. That's amazing.
It's amazing. here's what we're gonna do.
I feel like I've taken more selfies on Animal Crossing than I have in real life. I actually think that's a true statement.
I believe it. I think a lot of people are that way.
I mean, the gamification, right? They really encourage you to learn the game by doing little things, and so I really want those Nook miles. So
gotta get that bread. Gotta get those bells. Gotta get those bells.
Yes.
All right.
And there she is.
There she is. We're gonna have like a little like a little card here.
Oh, it feels just like the one in the game where you kind of look at the actual passport.
Oh yeah, it does. Actually, here, watch it. I'm just gonna take this. Wait. This. Nope. This. And then I'm gonna turn off the multiply here. Normal.
Look at that.
Keyboard shortcut.
Heck yes. Look at that. Amazing.
There you go. There we go.
Yay.
So now, and then here is her profile. And of course, we're going to go in and do all the little navigation stuff here in a minute. But let's start. I thought the first thing, because again, this is all about neighbors. So I thought the first thing we'd start with here is I went and earlier today also, I went and got icons for all of Lisa's neighbors.
Oh,
she has, and this is an eclectic bunch. This is amazing, Lisa. All right, so we're gonna get hold on a second. Let's do this thing first. So on one of the, I like to take design cues and kind of be inspired by the UI, in in the game. And I loved how on the map screen you've got these little houses behind the neighbors. And so I think we need to quickly create that little house and then do it as a little lineup. So I had this one, this component going on yesterday. It's simple, it's cute little, circles. Nice. But we're gonna up our game a little bit here. And we're going to draw the little houses real quick. So
and Noor in chat is asking about XD. Is it possible to do Android designs or only iOS? Noor, you can do whatever you want.
Whatever you want.
If you open up that screen, sky's the limit. You can design for a Switch. You can design for an iOS device or an Android device, for a website, for a tablet, you name it. And as a matter of fact, on the note of games and Switches, a couple releases ago, we actually had added in a fun feature that we've seen some people make some amazing things out of, which is keyboard triggers, and being able to do gamepad triggers. And so you should catch some of the earlier streams with Howard and take a look, but you can actually even rig an Xbox controller or a PlayStation controller and actually do a prototype experience that lets you feel like you're designing a game. So. And yes, the clarification is good, Noor. Most designers I've noticed use iPhones on their artboards because they all have the iPhones. I, for one, have an Android. I'm like one of the last known designers on the planet who is a Pixel user. But, we won't talk about it too much.
You're not just like sharing the love all the time.
It's always funny. There's always like that thing. It's like the icebreaker thing. It's like Android or iPhone or something else, or is it Mac or Windows? I actually use Mac and Windows, but
Okay, so I'm gonna bring this over here because we want to make sure we have, again, Lisa was kind enough to share all of her.
Talon just made a house out of nowhere.
I did make a little house.
Look at that.
Look at that. And then we've got, so I'm gonna quickly make this a repeat grid as well. So I've got, the circle is going to be my placeholder. Okay. I'm going to drag and drop the resident icon onto it.
Clever.
It's going to sit right on there. And so I'm going to quickly, I'm not sure I have the right thing selected here. Take these, turn on the repeat grid. I'm going to fly that out there. Okay, here we go. Ready? We've got Anka. Awesome. And then Coco. I don't even know what's going on with Coco. This is crazy. We've got Cube, which is amazing. Lucky, which we talked about a little bit yesterday. Marshall. And where's Tia? and Ketchup, who I love. Just an amazing name. Chevrolet and Eugene. Oh, which is not synced yet. I gotta go check that out. All right, we're gonna go and drag them. Oh, hold on. There you go. I'm gonna make this more of a target. Okay, here we go. Nope. Marshall, Ketchup, Lucky,
Chevrolet.
All right. Boom.
Dang.
Look at that.
I knew that was coming, and I'm still impressed.
It's so fun.
All right. Couple things that happened there, right? So
let's go. Let's back that one up. Okay.
Yeah.
So I've got a repeat grid. All right. And I've got a shape. And the shape is a target really now. And I'm going to be able to drag and drop onto that. And that could be dragging and dropping images from my desktop. That could be dragging and dropping a text file if you same property on like if you have like a line of text. And then in this case, I'm dragging in some graphics from my Creative Cloud library. And so I've got a multi-selection. And as I drag and drop those and I hover over one of these objects on my canvas right there, what that will do is now take all those ones I have multi-selected and dragged. And as I drop it onto the first one, it just automatically goes and populates with all the rest of my selection.
And you can use this trick for images onto shapes. You can use this trick for text labels and adding other text onto that and doing the same thing. It's a really quick time saver. So definitely a good pro tip.
Huge.
Oh my god, that face.
I know, Anka, crazy. So strange. I love it. I love how
Lisa does
eclectic. Lisa has amazing. Lisa has amazing residents. Really amazing.
She does.
All right. So there we go.
Whoa. But does Coco have no eyes? What is going on there?
I have no idea. It's like she's got like a cookie face. I have no idea what is going on.
Someone please, like American Horror Story.
Yeah, someone please tell me what is going on with Lisa. What is going on with Coco? I don't know. All right, so I'm gonna make these into a scrollable group. Oh, look at that! Automatically snaps to my artboard frame. What? So good. So now I can actually go.
We do try our best to figure out what your intent is without you actually having to manually do the work, right? So look at that.
Why is did you see that though? This is super weird.
Is that a teacup? Is that elephant a teacup?
That elephant is a teapot, yes.
Or teapot, yes.
Right. So now when I go in, the house is disappearing strangely from. What's going on? I gotta figure out if that's a bug or not. Sorry. No, it's still there. Did it? What's going on? I don't know what's happening there.
Is it
like? Okay. Well, we'll come back to that. All right. Cool. Actually, let me try one thing.
He's relentless.
I gotta figure this out. This is super weird. Okay. Let me take this multiply off of here. Oh, I know what's going on. It got like maybe like double grouped here.
Oh.
Union. Okay.
Oh man, Coco is kind of, I don't know
what's going on there. All right, I'll figure that out later. All right, so now we have Lisa's residence. And when we go now and check out her profile, we can actually scroll and actually see her residence. But I kind of want them to sort of go off the edge here. So I'm just going to simply drag this handle here. Again, and now as I scroll,
look at that live preview.
Stretch all the way across and actually have an extra Anka in there. Let me go check out that extra Anka. Awesome.
All right, can we put I'm trying to figure out what I'm feeling here. So Talin, the button, the add friends button, and then the label residence, they feel like They both feel like CTAs right here.
Yes.
And then, looking at the preview, it doesn't seem too obvious that you can scroll between the friends. So there's my feedback. I don't know.
Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take this, and we're just going to.
Lisa said that Coco's a kind of cookie. The thing is, Lisa, is that I don't think I've ever made a cookie that's had like really big hollow black eyes. So I don't understand.
Coco wears glasses a lot. Ooh, that's definitely cute, but also a little unnerving when she takes the glasses off.
Right?
Very,
like,
very strange. Very strange. Very strange.
And then Ariana says the new updates are amazing. Thank you, Ariana. If you have any feedback, please do let us know. Love to hear it all.
All right, did we figure out what's... I have no idea what is going on with that bug. That's super weird.
Oh.
How about that?
What just happened? You just made it green?
I made it green, but that's a little too much. I don't know if that's right.
Wait, what about orange? Because isn't that the
orange?
You were saying that you're using some inspiration from the the actual
from the
one.
map.
Yeah, and the map has it as the orange with the white border stroke.
Does it? Did it?
You have it on your arc.
Sure. Let's go see. Let's go see.
Chris says that you should maybe have a rectangle behind with fully rounded ends. That would make it more obvious that it goes off the screen.
Yeah. That can work. I'm down with that. Let's just leave the house. I think the house is distracting. I think it's a nice element, but I think it's maybe getting a little out of hand. So
good designer knows when to step away from an idea. Yeah, you can't get too married to the things, right? So
okay. So you're thinking this is a whole section here that we're gonna section off, Chris?
I don't know.
Let's try it. Let's try it.
I think we're both responding to the desire for there to be more hints in this section, so people know it's scrollable. I sometimes have this problem when I'm watching like online streams, and then there's all these TV shows on the carousels. There's a lot of bad carousel design out there, I've noticed. I hope that this helps with the carousel design. Because sometimes I'll think the carousel does something and it does not. It doesn't work the way I expected it to.
Like a little rectangle band. That's not bad.
That's adorable. I like it. So you can see her residence. What else do we want to see about Lisa?
We want to see maybe some recent updates. Maybe what do we want to see?
Chris says, "Yeah." By the way, a subtle card color. I think he's turning around to us. Yep.
Yeah.
And nice rounded ends. Just keep bringing it over here. Yep. There we go.
Yep.
I just want to go outside now. Lisa's whole little background of the beach and the palm tree in the corner, and
it's so good. Or we'll go outside in Animal Crossing, and then will we have achieved the same results? I don't know. All right. So we got residents, and we want. Are we doing an activity thing here?
What kind? Like Lisa just won 1 million turnips?
Well, you know how it's actually. And Lisa was actually telling me this. She actually connected finally to Facebook to be able to share her screenshots, because again, it's another thing. Nintendo, we love you, but the social aspect of the UI could be a little better. What if this is where all your screenshots went? It actually just came automatically here.
So it'd be that's cool. So every single screenshot she's taken would be visible here.
Yeah.
What if? But
what do you think about that?
I mean, I think it's great as a whole. Now I'm just personally, this is a user problem. I'm like, what about? Tell me. Well, I don't know if I want all my screenshots shared with the world. I just take pictures of funny things sometimes.
That's fair. That's all right.
But I think let's just assume for a second that this is the MVP.
Mm-hmm.
Before we give people the ability to curate all that stuff, I think showing the photos is great.
Okay, so showing some amount of photos is good.
Mm-hmm.
Is it activity? Is it a curated set? What kind of, is it a gallery? Is this kind of like Instagram? Like we were going a little more like kind of
That would be
Instagram-y?
cool.
Like this is like Animal Crossing Instagram is what this is.
Yes.
Mm.
Oh, Sarah says recent achievements would be neat, like local flowers or fruits. I like that,
That's cool
or,
too.
And then Lisa says maybe current day island visitor. I mean, I think these are really good ideas. I was gonna say, when I'm on the PlayStation, I see the recent achievement feeds, and I'm always like, yes, you did it.
Yeah. So these are. Oh, we could do that real quick. Let's. I have a bunch of stuff for that. Let's try that.
Yeah.
Do like a little. Yeah. Let's do like a little achievement card here.
I mean, I remember the first time I got a million. I was a billionaire in Animal Crossing, which is yeah. If you have no idea what we're talking about, the currency, the monetary currency in Animal Crossing is called a bell. And it's basically like a coin. And so there are a lot of funny Animal Crossing related words, such as becoming a billionaire, where you make a million or billion bells.
I know here because I just
the daily stock price. Yes, that is how I became a billionaire. Actually,
there you go.
I did the stock market, but not the stock market that you know, but the stock market that Animal Crossing people know.
Yep.
Animalgrams, all the AC info. Animalgrams. Wait, what is that? Is that like an Instagram, or is that like a animalgram, like a Valentine's Day gram, where you get do you remember Valentine's Day grams?
Yeah.
Did you do that? Where you like gave like 50 cents and then you had a little thing and it had a candy and you could write a little note.
Oh yes.
That was great.
It's good.
Wow.
It's good.
I haven't thought about that for years.
Now that I have kids, it does come back around.
Oh,
because kids started doing it in school. Yeah, some version of that is still happening.
I see.
We want to do.
That was my favorite thing about Valentine's Day, was making those. We did those paper bags, and you would cut doilies and like make little hearts, and then decorate the bags, and then everyone had to give everyone a gram, which is very cute. It was those little creative projects, right? I guess everybody in this channel probably loves those things, but those art projects were always my favorite.
Yeah,
growing up. They were great. So daily alert stock price is great.
Yes. So what is Lisa? What's your stock price today?
Watch, it's like 600. And suddenly everybody starts flooding her island.
I actually hid your friend code.
That's privacy.
I anonymized this, so it is Lisa, but we're not. She needs to gate the access, to her island, because she has so many cool.
Totally. I do see some submissions coming into the Discord, by the way. So if you want to get your daily creative challenge critique by me and Talin, you've got a little bit over 30 minutes to send them on over to the Discord chat. 600. Wouldn't that be great?
That would be amazing.
So I'm on this Discord community, an Animal Crossing Discord community. It's insane, actually. I didn't realize Discord was capable of doing all the things that this Discord channel does. But there is a whole section dedicated to stock prices, and people just post their pictures, and then people pay insane amounts of Animal Crossing currency to get a visitation on the island.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Like their minimum access is 5-star fragments. I'm just like, what? Those are so rare. But yes.
Oh, crazy.
Love it. Lisa would be, hopefully she does have a stock price of 600.
It's 69. She said it's 69.
Oh, it's 69. Oh, okay. That's not as exciting. Sorry, Lisa. Maybe tomorrow you'll have a better stock day. That's a terrible stock price, actually.
Get out of here with those stock prices. What are you talking about?
I love the idea of her picture, though, or a picture she recently took being there. I haven't connected my.
I was going to do actually a really quick Easter egg to go back to call out. So I just remembered this. So back on our neighbors here, where they have their catchphrase, right? I've made these little states, right, for this component. So there's a default state, and there's a state that's selected that has their little catchphrase. And Lisa does have a catchphrase, which I love. Which is how about them apples? So I'm thinking if you tapped on her passport photo here, it pops up over here.
That'd be really fun.
I'm gonna do that real quick.
Nutty. I love the conversation we were having yesterday around text. It's funny, you know, especially now that we're all shelter in place. You know, a text means more. It's definitely. You know, if you don't put the smiley face there, if you do put the period there, you know, capitalize.
Yeah.
Can mean a lot of different things.
So many things. It can just totally change the whole conversation here.
I just use as many emojis as possible to convey my random state of emoji energy. I feel like I actually use a lot of emojis. You ever like read an email where this happens to me? Oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm saying this. Now I can't stop. I can't unlock myself from here. You ever read an email and you put like an emoji in it, and then you keep writing the email, and then you put like another emoji, and then you finish writing the email, and you realize you use like 6 emojis in the same email. Yes. You're like, I look ridiculous.
It happens to me frequently. I'm probably, I don't think people expect, you know, like the emoji sometimes.
That's like me, or it's definitely like smiley faces and like emojis, and it's also exclamation points. I find myself sometimes by the time I'm done with writing an email, I put way too many of them. They just sound crazy. Like, tone it down, Jess. Too many exclamation points.
That's all right. We still love you, Jess.
Oh look, there it is.
It's one of the things that endears me. It endears you to me.
All the emojis and exclamation points.
Yep. All that.
All right. So you made a state, I think.
Yep. So I'm going to turn this into a component, and then I'm going to create a state. And actually, how about we just do a hover state? That'd be good. Just hover over it. I mean,
but it's
not really hover on. I know it's a mobile app. Never mind. We're just going to do this. All right. Catchphrase. All right. And then I've got this. I got this. I'm going to paste that in there. Oh, we got some padding. Got some padding things going on here. I know. Okay, I know what I'm gonna do here. Okay.
That was a real life thinking face from Talin.
That was. I'm gonna just do this as the component, and then do that.
Sarah and Wade, I appreciate you coming in there and also reinforcing the amount of emojis and exclamation points being used. I regularly think about this. Just to let you know. So if you ever get an email from me, you can be sure to know there were probably originally more emojis and exclamation points in that thing. So a little bit of a how about them apples Easter egg is amazing.
There we go.
Ta-da!
Ba-bam. All right, and we're going to go over into prototype mode, and we're just going to wire this up real quick. So I've got my default state selected. I'm going to add a tap. And I'm going to do a transition, and then I'm going to choose catchphrase as my destination.
Lovely.
All right, so now we go and we preview that. Oh, that was from yesterday. We'll go back to that idea later. We got to go back from there. Transition. Default state. Oh, flicker there. What's going on there? Oh, it's because it's auto animate.
I see. Actually, while you're there, Talin, for some of the folks who don't know too many things about the prototype mode and all the different things we can do you mind just kind of going over trigger and the types a bit so people can see the different options? So
here, when I'm doing wiring up any interaction, making anything interactive inside of XD, when I have it selected, I can choose what triggers the interaction, right? So I can either tap on it, or I can drag on it, or I can hover over it. I can use a keyboard shortcut or my gamepad that's connected, or I can use voice as a trigger. And that will then trigger the transition.
Exactly.
And we have a couple different transition types, right? So the type, we have just sort of a basic transition that has kind of a stock animation as part of it. We have auto animate, right, which will actually tween and animate between the two different states, whether it's artboard to artboard or from state to state. And if you have an object that moves or changes shape in some way, it'll actually animate automatically for you between those. We also have, you can choose to animate as an overlay, which is a special type of behavior, which actually overlays on top of your artboard or your component. You can also choose to scroll to now, which is a pretty new interaction as well, where this is really great for web pages. If you can click on, if you tap or drag or hover over or whatever on an object, it'll actually, you can now actually scroll to a specific page, a specific section on your page. So this could be like a jump link from say the top of your web page, like down. You can also go back to a previous artboard, which is really handy. And you don't need, however you got there, it'll just send you right back the way you came. Really, really handy. Also, will do audio or speech playback, right? So when you tap on something, it'll trigger, that's your trigger. It will then actually play back audio or speech. Super handy. So yeah, we have lots of really fun options here on a basic transition. I am choosing to just do a dissolve here because when I'm going from state to state, that's one of the only options I have available right now, is basically a dissolve between the two states. So that's just kind of what we're doing today. And now I've wired up from each state. Again, just a simple dissolve. You can see it. We can see this catchphrase.
And Talin, Chris is asking in the chat, why not use overlays, and when would you use an overlay versus a state?
That's a good question.
It's a great question.
Yeah, an overlay, just like an overlay behavior in say iOS, what that will do is actually it will overlay kind of everything, and basically what it does is it has a built-in transition out of it. So if you sort of display the overlay and you tap anywhere else outside of that overlay, it'll automatically dismiss it. So I actually could do that here, Chris, which is not bad. Let's actually try it out. So rather than doing a transition, I'm going to do an overlay. And this one actually, states do not support. You can't use a state as an overlay yet. So what this would do is it would actually call from another artboard and then overlay that on top of that. So if I wanted to say do something where like a confirmation on adding Lisa as a friend, what I could quickly do is let's just show that. Go back here. Let's say I'm going to make a little dialog box here. And this is just for quick demonstration purposes. So we're just going to do that. Right. All right. So if I wanted to, we'll go back into prototype mode, and I wanted to create an overlay. I choose tap. I'm going to choose overlay, and I'm going to drag it to this my artboard that I want to display as an overlay. And when I have the interaction selected, I now have this positioner, this little control, where I can actually position the overlay where I want it to be displayed, right? So then when we go and we preview that, so now when I tap on Lisa, a little overlay comes up. Again, here I can build in other interactions that are components of states, and they can take me places. I can transition somewhere else. But if I click anywhere outside that overlay, it just automatically disappears, just like an overlay, like you would expect an overlay to behave.
Like a light box.
Inside of iOS. So.
Yeah, I mean, I think that I typically, for my own workflows, use overlays more when I'm doing like a global element, such as a menu, like a flyout menu, when I know that I'm not likely to change the components and such in there. And it has some global things, such as a global link to another artboard, right? The states, I mean, technically you could do it with both. And that's the beauty of these kind of tools is you can, it depends on the use case and the workflow you're using. And so you can switch them out and it's whatever makes more sense. For me, overlays are global. That's
here, we can actually do, I actually just had a great idea for an overlay because I have some UI here that we can actually use. So what if I took the message?
Oh, the editor. Yes.
The message,
yes.
little message thing. Yes, it looks like an editor. It's meant to be a message thing.
A message
but we're going to
editor.
send Lisa a message really quick. This is going to be our basically like our message box.
I love it.
Right. So let's
hi, Benjamin. Welcome to the stream.
Do that. And
look at this. Look at this collaboration.
This is amazing. This is amazing.
And since this is going to be on a phone, this is great because I have to say, typing messages on the Switch is really hard.
It's really hard. It's really hard.
When I visited Talon's Island, I was just like trying to type hi, and it took forever.
It takes forever.
But you had the app, and so
I had the app.
You're like writing me full sentences within seconds, and I'm just like, hello. Typing
yeah. It's again just one of those things that just I wish the UI was just a little better. Just wish it was just a little better. It's okay. We love you, Nintendo. We love you.
We really do. So you're making a little message box so that way someone can look at those dotted lines.
I know, it's so chunky. So chunky.
When do you get the opportunity to design this kind of like chunky, sort of playful, colorful stuff? It's so fun.
Not in my day job, that's for sure.
Maybe next Easter eggs, like the April Fool's Day, suddenly XD will look like bright pastel colors. That would be hilarious.
Hey, Benjamin, how's it going? Great to see you on here. I was just Benjamin has been given some great feedback on stacks. It's been amazing. And Benjamin was able to sort of, he's been part of our pre-release program. He's been checking that out, giving us lots of feedback. Benjamin, thank you. Thanks for tuning in. Always great to see you on. All right. So now I have, and then I'm going to do some text here real quick.
What did you type?
Oh.
That's some pretty good skills in terms of just not being able to see what you're typing because it's white on white. And
I know. Awesome, huh?
I love it. Send Lisa a message. That's great.
Awesome. What?
Oh, I thought you were doing that on purpose. Like,
oh, that'd be kind of fun too. You're right. That'd
How many times can you tilt your text box in a UI? That's another one that.
Oh. So many designers design Twitter would just like would go nuts. They would go nuts. Let's be honest here. Okay, so basically here.
Oh, lovely.
Yes. So all right, so we click on that. Bam.
There it is.
Look at that.
Fantastic. Using overlays, using
all the features. Chris, that's a good question. He was asking, can we release an XD file with a bunch of Animal Crossing UI assets in it? That would be sweet.
Howard, I always see like a brand new kit from Howard. I'm like, wow, Howard, you just made something fantastic.
Oh no, did I? Oh, I hit the wrong button. Sorry, Paco. I hit the wrong. That was super weird. It was like really close to the little close button. Somehow that happened. Sorry about that. Yeah. So I've got pieces of it. I probably can't release this with all of the assets from Nintendo, but I will definitely do a riff on these little elements here, and maybe we'll release that soon. So yes. All right, so we've got Lisa's got
that's really sad. You put an exclamation point.
Yes, is that sad? I don't know. It's been so long.
Be excited about 69. It's a good number. Yes.
Okay, so we want that. We got a little.
Oh, you put the pink. I love it.
I know. I love that pink so much.
It is a nice pink.
Okay, and then we're gonna do. Maybe we'll do this one. Will be an image. Let's do this one as an image.
Yeah.
Or would you maybe do like a couple, almost
Okay.
like it's a little gallery thing.
Yay.
There. Because then we can show off a feature, which we love. Okay. I'm gonna do this. And what I've done is I have a folder here of the subreddit, the Animal Crossing subreddit is amazing. Definitely don't go there if you get Animal Crossing envy easily, because
that's me.
Oh man.
I go there anyway.
Yeah. They're also good for memes. So I've got lots of good memes here, lots of amazing work from the Redditors, the Animal Crossing Redditors. Look at this. This is amazing.
That's amazing.
Look at that. So cool. So cool.
Oh my goodness.
Is that so good?
That is so good.
I know, so good. This is also awesome. That's really amazing. So there's Leif.
Mm-hmm.
Leif? How do you say that? Leif?
I say leaf because I figure it's a pun. Maybe.
Yeah, I assume so.
Or not a pun. Is it a pun? Yeah, it's a pun.
Yeah. Oh, look at this. This is crazy. This I don't know how. I don't even know where they got all those pieces. I'm just like I'm amazed at that landscape here.
Some people have done some pretty amazing stuff.
Yeah.
I think that's one of my favorite things about this game is just it's an expression of creativity.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's
it
just
really
people
is. It really is.
Can really do some cool stuff there.
All right, so I'm just gonna drag in some images here, and
you picked a weird one.
I know. The caption was, really wanting to get rid of the. Is that the sea bass?
Oh yeah.
It's a ritual.
So many of them.
A ritual. That's a really nice little.
Is that Bob? Oh, that's cute.
Right.
I like it.
So now we have little things like that. What else do we want on our
let's see. Maybe you know what? I've been what's that called? The Daily Home Academy. Help me out here, chat. But yeah, I've just always been a B rating on that homeowners thing.
Oh yeah.
You know, and I really wish that I wasn't, but it is what it is. They're always like, make sure that your rooms match the colors. I'm like, I don't want them to. I want one of them to look like Sakura, and I want the other one to look like a Zen garden. Brewster Cafe. Yeah, nice.
So we want to. He's saying that we want to
maybe like like the trophy with the like you're a B. Well, I'm a B rating. Some people are probably Happy Home Academy. Thank you,
Happy
Chris.
Home Academy. Let me see.
Yes.
Okay, so okay. So we've got here's some icons that we have here.
Well, oh my gosh, you have a rotten turnip.
I do have a rotten turnip. I thought that was really
what about
good.
We just use I don't know. None of these. They have a little badge. That might be maybe too bad.
This is. Oh
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I like that. There you go.
Yeah, this is what they do with the home rating, right?
Talin, this is so cute. We have to post this prototype in the Animal Crossing channel here.
I know. It's so cool. It's so cool.
Yes. I wish I knew what it was like to actually have a great rating on your home, but I've only been in the negative, like B- for months. So.
Oh yeah.
And I am the type that tends to throw all of my junk in front of my house sometimes because I'm trying to figure out how to organize my home life there. Rotten turnips are the saddest thing, everyone.
They are.
Don't you
they
agree?
Really are.
I've only had it happen to me twice, but it was like, look at that potential. Just rotted away.
Okay, I'm gonna have to rotate this.
Yay! I love it. I feel like it's actually rotated in the game too, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it is too. I think you're right.
Lisa got an A+ on her home. That's amazing. Good job, Lisa.
She's nailing it.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah. Talin, we only have 15 minutes left before we review some stuff, and you haven't exactly shared any new tidbits about random nerdy things.
Oh, okay. What do I have today? What's it?
You're like Blathers in real life.
Well, if you are my friend on Nintendo, which you all should be, and if you DM me on Twitter, I'll probably send you my code. Actually, Blathers is my avatar.
Really?
So I do love Blathers. Again, I'm really new to this whole Animal Crossing thing, and
Yes.
he right from the beginning, I absolutely loved that character. So yeah, Blathers. He's my buddy. He's my true soul spirit animal.
Soul spirit animal
in this game. Let's see what else. What's a good nerdy thing to do? I can always go deep in the XD lore, but many people on the stream probably know some of that. What's another weird fact that I know of? What was I listening to recently?
Yeah, what are the podcasts you've been listening to lately?
So I listened to
Or
this
books.
one. I'm reading the Brothers Karamazov
Yes.
right now,
Excellent.
which is amazing in so many ways.
Dostoevsky.
Yep, I did not see the secret fourth child coming. I gotta say.
Wait, are you getting spoilers?
Spoiler alert for the Brothers Karamazov, everybody!
Oh,
if you choose to read it.
no, please edit that.
And I have been listening to this amazing podcast that I love. You need something fun to listen to. The Ringer podcast. They have they have Bill Simmons. I like sports. I like basketball, but not too much, not as much as I used to. But I've been listening to one that I love called The Rewatchables, because I watch a lot of movies over and over and over again. So I found it perfect.
Oh, me too. And
called
music.
The Rewatchables. Yes, it's called The Rewatchables, and they
that's cool.
They rewatch movies. Of course, the bar is that they're movies that we've all watched over and over and over again. And Back to the Future was recently one of their featured ones. But I was listening to one on When Harry Met Sally. What is your what's the over under for you on Harry Met Sally, Jess?
I haven't seen When Harry Met Sally.
You haven't seen When Harry Met Sally?
It's a zero.
You should go and watch. It's great. It's a lovely movie.
Actually, what's your top one that you've watched?
It's got to be somewhere between Young Frankenstein and Ghostbusters. I gotta say.
Wow.
So I have this really strange. Here it is. Here's the nerdy trivia for today. I have this really strange New Year's Eve tradition.
Mm-hmm.
It only started when I had kids, and so please, my kids, don't watch this. But because they're giving some things away. No, I'm not going to give things fully away. But every New Year's Eve, while I'm wrapping presents, this started when I was like in high school. I watched Young Frankenstein.
Why?
I don't know why. I'm not really sure. I don't know how it started, and I don't know why it happened.
Now you can't wrap presents without watching.
I have to watch Young Frankenstein, which is actually really hard because it's actually not streaming anywhere. You can't buy it even to rent anywhere.
So dust out the old VHS?
DVD. Well, DVD. Yeah. Yep.
Yes. I don't even know what VHS is anymore.
It's crazy. So there you go. There's some weird. Ghostbusters I love too. I don't know. What are yours? What do you go back to over and over and over again, Jess?
Well, so I was just saying this in our water cooler channel the other day. I, for some reason, last week really felt the urge to watch Xena Warrior Princess again.
Nice.
I don't know why, it just came to me, and I was like, I really just need to rewatch these episodes. I really have to. So I was just watching that. I watch a lot of TV shows on repeat. So like I used to watch the X-Files repetitively. I used to be able to recite all like 200 episodes in order because I've seen them all so much. And I would be able to like recite quotes from like Scully nonstop because I was so obsessed with that show. The movies, actually, something I watched a lot is a movie called The Fall. It's beautiful. Have you heard of that?
Who's in The Fall? I don't remember. I think I've seen it. Who's in The Fall? I'm
gonna Google it now. The Fall. Who's in it is I don't know. People.
Lisa said Pee-wee's Big Adventure, which I just wanted to call that out. Yeah. Amazing movie.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Lee
movie.
Pace. How did I forget
Pace. That? Yes. That's right. That's right. I have. Yeah. So I love, actually, speaking of rewatchable TV shows as well. Pushing Daisies. Anyone?
I have definitely been starting that. I haven't finished it though.
I love Pushing Daisies. I was so sad when that show went off the air.
Yeah.
If anyone knows, actually the guy who made that, he was a writer on Heroes, the one, and then he created Hannibal,
Oh yeah, I've
as
seen
well.
that too. Yeah.
Um,
Very artistic.
yeah, really visionary. Oh, just
Look at those
little tip. Look at
stacks.
these stacks.
He's like, let me talk about TV shows and show you stacks.
Yes. I was just back here creating little stacks here so I could go through different, very
That's
easily sort of
awesome.
rearrange my little activity stream here.
I love it.
And super handy.
It's gonna save so much time.
So much time. So cool. So we've got, all right. So we've got, I really am liking the way this is like shaping up here, sort of having like a mix of information here on Lisa's profile page. Really awesome. And let's go.
I love it.
Let's go walk through. Let's see. Do I have this all wired up?
Yes.
I don't know if I have. Do I have?
Talin.
Yes.
We do not have a opening screen.
We don't have an opening screen.
We just kind of jump you straight into where's Waldo with that.
We do.
We got really excited yesterday about this.
We need one. Let's see. I know. Hold on a second. What's going on here?
There are a lot of X-Files fans in here, and The Fall. Wow, I don't actually know too many people who see The Fall. That's amazing. So good. Yeah, I don't know why, but I really love the cinematography of The Fall. I always love movies where you can take a screenshot and then it becomes your desktop background. Like, that's how beautiful it is. Definitely a lot of moments like that in that one. I very much like. And for those of you who are in Discord, 9 minutes until I pop in there and take a look at the latest daily creative challenge submissions. We're definitely looking to see what you all come up with as it relates to scroll groups. That is our big one that we're wanting to see people do some magical things with. So make sure you add that in the Discord soon. Eekers.
So this is our neighbor. We do need an intro screen of some kind. We'll get there.
Yes.
But then we choose which one is we most identify with.
Yep.
And of course for me,
it's gonna be Pietro.
So then we go here. And it's like, oh, look, there he is.
Look, he is.
He's amazing. The sheep who's the clown. Amazing. And we say, yep, that's the one. And now I get a list of friends suggested to me. And these people all look amazing. I want to friend them all.
Yes.
And we're gonna go check out Lisa's page. Now here's Lisa's profile page.
Lisa's page. Oh,
amazing.
Goodness.
So eclectic. And we can actually also see her.
I actually forgot you did that.
Little surprise. We can also send Lisa a message. Wow. Very cool. We can also see all of her residents currently on her. And if any of them end up in boxes, I definitely would take any of these. These all look amazing. So though Lisa did promise that she was going to hook me with Pietro at some point, so I'm going to be holding her to that.
Yep.
And I can also see some of the activity happening here. On Lisa's island. Some strange things happening. Strange things afoot.
What's going on your island? There are some weird things.
Yes.
But good job on the A+.
Yes, A+, amazing. Knocking it out of the park on there. Chris, there's some other things again as we're going back through here. Again, we were doing, we wanted to, kind of be more detailed on, make sure we have all of our navigation here. I would come in here and add, little navigation elements that will help me get back and forth. Again, it's always, you don't want to have any dead ends for your users. So I would definitely make sure that we have that. Some
nice usability,
some ways to get back and forth in our experience here.
Excellent.
All right. So then when we go and from Lisa, now if we need to get back, we can always get back, but we actually want that to slide to the right. 6.
Is 6 your favorite? Is that do you have a go-to? Duration?
My go-to duration for dissolves, just generally, is it's somewhere between 0.25 and 0.3. That's like a nice, snappy, my eye sees there's something going on, but it's not too long, right?
Yeah.
It gets very quickly. But when we're doing kind of a little more elaborate animations, whether particularly these slides, I tend to double it. I tend to double
Me too.
the 0.3. So yeah.
I like the 6. Yeah, the 0.6.
Yeah, 6 is good. 6 is good for these types of, again, these have a nice little kind of like
You
wind
should
up and
tweet
snap.
this. You should tweet
Yeah.
your personal
My personal settings for animation.
That's definitely nerdy.
There you go.
If
There
you
you go.
really want to talk about transitions.
Yes. Oh, Lisa's saying she's making an ironwood bed for PHO right now. Is that how you attract? Can you attract people to the island with the things that you make? I actually have
I
no
don't even
idea.
think I can make an ironwood bed.
Amazing.
Yes.
Lisa, you're amazing. I'm so happy that you were so generous to share all this great stuff with us today. And I love it. Look at this. This is so much fun. So much fun. Most eclectic set of residents I have ever seen. Amazing. Resident Hall of Fame, Lisa. You're in the Resident Hall of Fame for sure. You see, I also had some. We could go back through here again. I had some other ideas that we can go back through and finish up another time. You know, like who's online or who's actually on their island right now.
I see.
Right, little status. Yep. Right, we go in there and we do states for the friends. So once I've added them, it confirms that you've added them as a friend.
Yes.
Right. So it's some little pending thing here. Right. We'd also go and we'd probably do some more fun stuff. Like if you clicked on, what I loved about this site that we found yesterday was that you could go and what's going on here? There we go. Oh, I've got some weird stuff going on here. Why is that everything's done? Well,
I see weird. You.
Okay.
I see things.
So I love this page yesterday that we were checking out, which sort of lists out, all of the
amiibo cards.
Yeah. So like we could go and take this, grab this Onka one here, which is, it's pretty small. So I don't know. That's not too bad. Again, if we want to do like a little overlay for Onka, right, we could just quickly create a little artboard around this. All right. And we could, when you click on Onka.
Oh, do a little bit of here's more information on Onka thing. Very cute. Love it.
Yep. Right. So we could have Onka. Right. Pop
nice.
Right. So we could build out more stuff like that.
Look at that.
Woo.
Did you mean for it to go?
No, but it kind of works.
Woo.
I like that. Yeah.
Very dynamic.
Yes. Very dynamic. So again, like we could have that pop up, Onka, and we could probably do, actually probably take the section, take this. No, or this one. There we go. Right, we could have this little card on here. We go in there and tweak the sizes. The sizes are a little big. But again, like you get the idea that like, and there's a lot of places we could take this, but right.
Yes.
So super fun. So lots of different ways we could go from here. So yeah, pretty cool.
Very cool.
Pretty fun.
Love it.
We had a super great time building this with all of you.
Yes.
So yeah, we're got a couple minutes before our thing. If you guys have any XD questions, you have any other questions for us, always happy to answer them. We got some Animal Crossing experts on the chat. I'm sure we'd love to answer those. So.
Yeah, in a couple minutes, we'll take a look at what has been posted in the current challenge channel of Discord. Let's take a look at some of those challenges, give some feedback and some thoughts. Also in the chat, feel free to do the same for us. If you have more suggestions, I'm sure that Talon's gonna be on the side, continuing to craft this lovely experience. So we're definitely wanting to sharing this with our friends in Adobe who are Animal Crossing fans, just like Lisa. So yeah, and if you have any questions about the latest release, just as a recap, June 16th, we had released some pretty major updates. The two that we really showcased in this stream are stacks and scroll groups. And so, as you try the daily creative challenges, definitely play with those things. Stacks is a huge time saver. It's it really builds well when you use it with padding, which was something we had released earlier. definitely would encourage you all to have much more dynamic components whenever possible that are based off of the content that they're in, and then to leverage stacks for that. And then also the scroll groups are huge. I mean, it's just as simple as how you might make a mask. So easy.
Right
And
there.
and they're fun. They're we did our best in terms of crafting this feature to make you not have any work in your workflows. And so, as you have things going off your canvas and you hit that button, hopefully we did a good job of figuring out what your intent was there and allowing you to have that nice scrollable experience. So there it is. So, we'll take or you were gonna say something?
No, I was just saying that I'm just having fun. I said I was like showing off the scrollable groups here. We've shown off our stacks. Right here, I have actually I have horizontal stacking and vertical stacking set up here. So I can take these here, and I can actually go in here and actually rearrange these.
Oh, that's actually kind of cool that way. I like that you did a little. Yeah, I think that's great.
Yeah,
this kind of swapping,
a lot of flexibility.
It's just so nice because you put things on canvas and you don't always know exactly what it's going to be, and sometimes you're like, I made this thing, let me just repeat it. But I love the fact that you're just kind of swapping and figuring things out and just creating right now. It's awesome.
Right. Lots of possibilities.
Yes.
I'm really excited to see what everyone has come up with on the daily challenge.
Yes. So actually, speaking of which, I'm going to hit my share screen button. Just give me one moment to hit buttons. I hit buttons yesterday and then
I hit a button. I hit a button and it was all over.
I hit a lot of buttons, and now there's multiple windows, so you should all be seeing yourself for half a second. Okay. All right. I have my Discord up now, and I believe I can get this shared.
There we go.
Excellent. Okay. So let's take a look at what folks have posted. In case you don't know, we do have a very active and vibrant Discord community. So if you want to get some feedback, be involved in the creative challenges, get some pro tips, learn about what we're doing, definitely check the Discord out. We have it for, XD and other products as well. So okay, so I'm going to start from the bottom and see if there's a lot of great feedback coming from folks in the chat about things that are being shared.
That's the best part of the Discord, really, is everybody being there and being a resource and actively engaging. So much fun.
Absolutely. Yes. And I downloaded this thing already, actually. So let me just go ahead and see if I can go to here. Okay, so someone posted a video, which if you're not familiar with, you can actually record videos straight out of XD and then post them. So is this too much? Is this visually busy? Let me just create some Zen here.
That was okay.
Okay, I was like, let's create some Zen here. That's
sure.
a very busy background. Okay. So here we go. This is a Baskin Robin prototype, it looks like, and I'm just going to hit play and we're going to watch it. Okay, now I just want ice
very
cream.
Nice. Yes.
Well, this isn't fair. Now there's no way I'm not going to want to eat ice cream right after this.
Some ice cream.
Wow.
Nice combination of scrolling on the artboard and on the different sections.
Yeah.
I mean, this is exactly what I would expect to see when I'm ordering from Baskin Robbins.
Let's slow this down. So we've got, starting from the top, actually it kind of reminds me a little bit of your app with the image on top and the Baskin Robbins card overflow, and then you've got all these lovely circle options. Wow, actually it kind of reminds me of the vibe of the purple circle. Yep. And then as we move forward, I'm going to manually move this forward. You can kind of pan between the milkshakes versus waffles versus cakes versus sundaes. That's, my mouth is watering. And then from there, they scrolled down and you can actually look at vanilla, quarterback crunch, chocolate, vegan. I'm just now thinking about ice cream. And you can pan back. I love the fact that the prices are just kind of straightforward because you can just hit that and then probably purchase one.
Did we have
Tell,
ice cream when we were in London? I feel like
yeah,
I'm
I was gonna say,
thinking to myself, did we have ice cream when
I don't
the last
know.
thing last time Jess and I saw each other in person, we were actually not in the United States. We were
We were in
actually
London.
in London.
Yes, yes. I don't,
So
but it was cold. I don't think we
it
would
was
have made
cold. We
ice
weren't having
cream.
ice cream. We did have a lot of coffee and tea
We did have
though
a
while
lot
we
of
were there.
coffee. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then as you scroll down, which is great, love that scroll. Okay, what's your favorite milkshake flavor?
I mean, I like a good vanilla, but
A nice vanilla.
there's I like root beer milkshakes. You
A
ever
root beer milkshake?
there's
Like
this
a root beer float?
yeah, kind of like basically it's like a root beer float, but like in a milkshake form.
I've never
It's
had one.
pretty good. I like that.
I need
What
to
about
know
you?
where I can get
What's your
one.
favorite? What's your favorite ice cream?
I have a soft spot for cookies and cream milkshakes with a little like maraschino cherry on top. Yes.
Oh, there you go.
Yes.
Also, I like malts too. I'm a little old school too.
Yeah.
I love a good malted.
A good malt.
The malt's good too.
Same.
Too. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, excellent work on this prototype.
Nice.
Great use of
nice
scrolls.
combination. Yeah.
Indeed.
Great use of scrolls.
Love it.
Yeah. Really nice.
Yay.
Look
All
good.
right. And I
think the only feedback I would have there is probably the big blue bands. I think that they're a little overkill for the different sections. I think if you flip that and you made the sections in the dark blue, again, I think your visual layout is doing your banding for you, banding the different sections. So I think you don't need to re-emphasize, and everything would feel a little more open, a little less boxed in. I think if you took away the blue bands, but that would be my only design feedback on this one.
Yeah, I think that makes a ton of sense, and because I was to say that the colors are very high contrast, and it's really easy to read the labels, so it's quite lovely.
Yep.
Okay, so nice. I did pull up a couple that I saw immediately. They are from earlier challenges, since we are looking through the things that have been posted. So some of this has been reviewed, and I'm going to go ahead and just kind of open the ones that we've seen in this channel, starting with this one right here. So this is not good. I mean, we're just looking at food all the time. This is
food. Was that the challenge? Had to be food?
I don't think so. Wait. Yeah, no, they're not all food. It just happens to be that we looked at ice cream first and then chocolate.
And then chocolate. All right.
I do love chocolate. And so let's see. So here, I'm just kind of going through the prototype and exploring since there are no hot spots, which is awesome. I actually love it when there aren't hot spots.
Yeah.
Whoa. Is that white chocolate? That looks amazing.
Wow.
I'm getting very distracted by the visual assets and not by the experience.
I was going to say this is over our lunch, so I have not eaten lunch yet, so yes.
I love it though. So
nice.
This is really great.
I also like so when you scroll up, I think there's a fixed element there at the top.
There is.
Actually, that's nice.
That's pretty cool.
I do
like it. Yeah. So I do love the different like sizes. There's a really good contrast, almost like a 1-to-2 ratio of the categories on top. The chocolate right here and the prices. I really want some white chocolate now. The truffles are really fantastic looking. The cups, the fruit. Yeah. I think and then look, a little visual conclusion of that kind of curves thing.
Nice.
So
I love the fixed element, and I love there's a little bit of that vibe of like a little parallax. Like you get a sense of those layers as you're scrolling.
Yes.
And as some of those carousels are kind of scrolled as well. That's really nice effect.
I think some areas for consideration. One is I'm personally a really big white space fan, and so you've got a lot of great white space going on here. On the sides, it feels very breathable. Even the white space between your cards. Love to see that with the typography. It's just a little bit of that thematic white space there would be probably a nice touch. Just as well, excuse me. Just as well would be maybe a little bit more white space between the labels and the circle. Yep. It's on the border of it bleeding into the image, and just a little bit more would help it maybe be a bit more legible. I also, with my old age, my eyes are getting worse, and I could say that now. And I am having a little bit of hard time reading the 4 $99. And so maybe consider bumping that up just a little bit more, since it's an important aspect of this.
I think you've got some space to play with on those cards, right? Like,
Yeah.
I think they don't have to be so small instead of hanging off. I think they could actually, you could actually even overlay them on top of the images, almost like a little cutout. Right? Like, you've got some space to work with there. I think you could, give the label type a little more room to breathe. Kind of move the price label, the little price sticker, somewhere on there, make it a little bigger. You got some space to play with. I think it would just kind of trying out some things and letting things breathe a little bit. But overall, it's good.
Yeah.
Things are there. The pieces are there.
Yep. The last thing I'll say is just that this is more of a personal preference. You can kind of see it in this one, what I'm about to say. So rounded corners, right? There's definitely a scale to them in terms of how you sort of have really big rounded corners versus small ones, and how you kind of almost mathematically strike some good ratios there. So in this case, I might consider, you have this really nice sort of organic curve that gives the whole app a nice warm feeling. Maybe for these smaller chiclets, you might want to consider reducing maybe the bottom part, for example, or giving it a bit more of a tighter circle. It doesn't necessarily mean it'll go away from that theme of that roundness. And it'll add, I think, to the cleanliness and the focus of each of these cards. And so something else to consider. All right, but otherwise, great job. And now,
are you a chocolate fan, Jess? I mean,
I'm a huge chocolate fan. There's a huge chocolate factory like blocks away from where I live. Dandelion.
Dandelion.
Yeah. And I've been on the chocolate tours there, and oof, I do love good chocolate. All right. How about you, Talin?
I am generally not a sweets person. In small doses, I love really good dark chocolate. And in fact, actually, we went to Dandelion in Japan when we were there with you. I think you had left that day, but Michael and I went and found a Dandelion. We actually had like really, really good coffee up there, and then went and got some chocolate. So I'll take in small doses, but yeah, really good chocolate.
So this one is more of a portfolio, so I don't think we get to interact with the prototype. I did want to just kind of look at it for a little bit. Just kind of showing the different kind of card designs, which is really great.
Really nice.
Nice, like it reminds me of the Metro theme for Windows, right? When that was really big thing.
Oh, great use case for stacks right here.
Absolutely. Yeah. Just kind of, if I were you, if you haven't already, just select the whole thing, make it all a stack, and everything's going to be auto grouped in a way that would be very pleasant for you.
So cool.
Yes. So nice usage of different kinds of Mason sort of elements. And I think overall, my only feedback here would be there's a lot of different typographic styles, and I'm a bit of a stickler for like trying to keep a consistent typographic theme, right? Like keep one thing consistent, whether it's the type, the size, the color, or the way that you do a treatment on it, and then make that be the single thread. And I think that you've got some different serifs versus different sizes of the sans serif, and different sizes here as well. So pick something and then maybe like scale that across the whole experience and have it scan better.
Yeah, I mean, applying the system right in a consistent way, right, is definitely one of those signifiers. And Jess and I were talking about this a little bit yesterday, as we were evaluating some portfolios, that the sort of design and the use and application of that system again is just one of the signifiers that I think a lot of particularly hirers in the UX and UI field are looking for. And so if you can just tighten that up a little bit, right, instead of five styles, it's 3 styles, that can just they can just tighten up the design even more. And then again, like it's like that structure, right? It's almost like back when you were doing layout, creating a grid, right? Like the structure in your system can help to reinforce kind of the overall structure of your design, and again can really strengthen it, it feels very solid. And then of course, then if you break it, then the user will very deliberately understand that you had broken something, and then they'll probably, you can use it as a tool to call their attention, right? Whether it's to, all of a sudden go full screen or go with a full column width, or to have really big type. That's a very deliberate choice, rather than something that feels just like it's so close, right there in the ballpark, but not quite the same size and not quite the same serif, right? Like those are things our eyes can subtly notice. But again, if you build really strong structure in your system, in your design system, then you have new tools available to you. And when you break them, it can be very meaningful and very exciting and very delightful. So it's always good things. Again, like the more you strengthen that system, the more tools then you have at your disposal as a designer to really help the user or to delight them. So
absolutely. Well said, Talin. I love it. So this one is launching an interactive prototype. Let's launch this interactive prototype.
Yes, let's launch the interactive
awesome
prototype.
So I believe this says Allure Cosmetics. That was a little tiny for me, not gonna lie. It's just a little tiny. And so we've got a fixed element on top, which is fantastic. Very clear labels as you scroll down. And I'm assuming that when you click on one, something happens. What happens? Is it, it's a drag. Lovely.
Yes.
There you go. Took me a second. Awesome. And then scrolling down, I'm going to then assume, this one is not rigged yet, but this one is. So nice. We have fixed header on top. Nice use of the drag interaction for the trigger.
Oh, I wonder, Jess, if this was a previous challenge that did not, because that drag, and that was maybe a way you could do horizontal scrolling in XD before scrollable groups arrived. So I'm wondering if this person just needs to go back into their file.
Yeah.
And rather than having an artboard to artboard transition with the drag, now you can just select that carousel and turn it into a horizontal scroll.
Yes.
And it'll automatically snap to the bounds of your artboard. Bam, done.
Yep.
Amazing.
Definitely would give that a try then.
Yeah.
Yep. And then in terms of the actual design itself and things to consider, maybe you have a lot of real estate right here on top for the menu bar. Might want to reduce it just a bit. And then give it more space for what I'm assuming is the most important part of your content, which is the actual catalog of cards there. For me, again, my poor eyes, I need them to be a little bit bigger so I can read them. So definitely would bump up that typography just a bit.
I mean, all jokes aside about Jess's eyesight, when you are designing, I think anything, you do want to try and account for all the different types of people who might be coming and viewing your designs or using your service or your product, and that's really one of the main tenets of accessibility, right? Is that you're really trying to represent a real breadth of the types of users that could possibly be coming to your site, and you want to make sure that that you are taking into account their age, right? Their their experiences in one way or another, whether that be gender or race or any other of those things, like again or ability, right? That people you want to be aware that a lot of different people are going to be interacting with your design in some way through, right? And so you want to make sure you are casting as wide as possible and representing as many different types of people as possible, because again that's only going to be a benefit for your company, your service, your product, right? So I think again, all joking aside, right, always make sure you're accounting for that for people that have different eyesights, because we all do. If I took my contacts out, good luck getting me to read anything on my screen unless it was like right up to my face. So you don't want to go to like the extremes. I mean, there's definitely ways where maybe you can over rotate. But again, the more I think you can represent, the different abilities, the different ideas, the different experiences of all the possible users you might have coming to your site, the better. And then again, that only strengthens your design.
Well said. Number 2. You are on a roll.
All
right. So let me see. I'm going to check the Discord again real quick, because those are just some ones I popped open really quickly. And I am looking. I see that video. There was that. There's a chocolate site. Did I click on this one?
Yeah, let's check it out. What is this one?
This one. Yes, chocolate.
Oh, this is chocolate. Very good. Very good.
And then
That's the one.
this is the same one that I just clicked. And then what's this? Have I opened this one yet?
Let's see.
Sushi.
Ooh, no, sushi.
Whew.
Well, I love it when all of our favorite things are represented on a stream, Jess.
All of our favorite things. We have a lot of favorite things. Well, actually, so next to London, our other big obsession is
Japan.
So,
Yes.
tamago, anagi. Oh my goodness. Now
Wait, is this an opportunity for us to talk about our amazing sushi experience?
Oh, seriously, right?
First off, I love the different sort of styles here. I think again we're seeing some of the cards, but I love the little illustrations at the top.
They're so
It's
cute.
a nice contrast from again those really great sort of photography like of sushi. But yes, I think it's nice. Those are cute.
These are super cute. Little nigiri, and then we've got bento, and we've got all sorts of loveliness there. Love it. And then as you scroll down, it's the same fixed width thing going on here.
Oh yeah,
trend. I feel like I'm missing a trend here. It's right. And then some fabulous photos of sushi that I thought the milkshake was making my mouth water, but now I just want to eat. Kani, crab. What is your favorite sushi roll?
So I gotta say, it's been a really long time since I've really enjoyed a roll. If I think back on my favorite, there is this place in San Francisco that I'm going to completely blank on the name now. It's only really notable in my mind for not only the sushi that was there, which was phenomenal, also for playing deep anime and hentai cuts on screens in the bathroom, which was quite shocking. But there was a roll there that I can only, it was like, it had soft shell crab in it, like a whole soft shell crab in it. That was great. Pretty, I think it was called the rock and roll, their version of a rock and roll sushi. It was crazy. What about you? When you do go for rolls, what is your go-to roll?
I mean, aside from like anything that has toro, I do typically go for a eel centric thing.
Yeah. Me
Dragon
too.
rolls, they're very delicious. Well, great job on this. I mean, aside from just us wanting to eat desperately,
all the things.
This is another great example of scrolling, a great use of that. Love the different contrast of here and being able to use some iconography to really kind of demonstrate the category types and typography and the breathing actually here. I wonder if this is the same person who actually submitted both of them, because I was going to say this one has a good amount of white space there, right?
Yeah, it does.
Get it later.
It does.
But again, back to the point of what Talin said earlier, the dollar signs and the type could be bigger.
Yep. Yeah, definitely be accounting for that, right? Right. And you contrast as your friend, right? Use a space that you have, and just make sure that again you're calling the user's attention to the things that are most important in the experience. And so maybe for some restaurants maybe price isn't the most important part. Then that's a deliberate choice you're making, and again you're going to represent that in the experience accordingly.
Make the mouth water first, and then just hit buttons.
Oh my gosh, Jess! So I just I because I had to. I just pulled up our photos from our amazing sushi experience.
I'm done. This is the last thing. Yes.
Let me see. Well, I'll go back to sharing my screen here. Okay. So we went to this place. Like there's Jess. Right, and our colleagues here in the stairwell waiting for this sushi place that only sat Jess, like a dozen people a night?
6, 8. Yeah, it was very a little.
It was pretty crazy. When we went in and we had I'd never actually had like a course meal before, but we had, I don't know, a 12-course meal.
It was awesome.
With this amazing sushi chef. What was his name? Do you remember his name?
I don't remember his name.
I'm totally blanking on it now. We got to sit there. We got to kind of banter with him. He's also secretly a weightlifter and in his spare time. When he's not crafting just amazing
Mouth
sushi.
watering.
Oh my goodness. There's
And he spoke
Jess
English.
anticipating those next, whatever was coming next.
Some food.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
That's so
this
good.
was the best though. This was the best.
Oh yeah.
The uni. Remember, there was like 3 different kinds he served us that night, and I think he at the end of the course we got to request anything from the menu that he still had, and I think I went like 2 or 3 more rounds on this uni. It was amazing.
That was pretty special.
Look at that. Look at that.
That's so good.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Yes, amazing. So yes, thanks for the daily challenge.
It was so fun.
Creators helping us get hungry as we're streaming over the lunch hour, and we get to reminisce a little bit again about some of the things that we enjoy.
Yeah,
whether separately or together.
You all did a fantastic job and great use of scrollable groups.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to take the daily creative challenge now and use my photos for the challenge. So, well,
we are at the end of our show, so happy and so glad that we got the chance to share some of the latest and greatest. Hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for the next stuff with Howard and with Alice Lee, and have a great rest of your day, everyone.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.